Hello, what is going on, guys? I had to call an emergency podcast. An emergency podcast indeed. Reason for that is things be happening, y'all. Things be happening. Things are getting wild, and I needed to do an emergency podcast. Waffle, what is going on, my man? Yes, sir, I am back in the digital flesh, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, Theo is here. Hello. Hope you have been well. I had to do an emergency podcast. Things are happening. Things are going on. And you guys have got to be like super informed about this. I figured something out and I wanted to share it with y'all because things are getting crazy here in the future. And it's important that we all get in front of this one together. So I'm just going to let people fill in here. Hello, everybody. It is so awesome that you have joined me this evening. I have a very big story, something really important that I need to communicate to each and every one of you. So if you would just be here for a couple minutes, things are going down and y'all are going to need to hear about this. What is going on, Eros? Hello. Everyone, just come in here for a moment. I got to tell you something. There is some big news going on and y'all got to figure this out together. All right? Here's what I got to tell you. Here's what I got to tell everybody who's coming in right now. This is important. This is going to be really important. This right here is one of the most important things that you need to do right now. I don't know if you guys are seeing this thing below me right here, this banner, but this right here is art made by AI. Like, this right here is artificial intelligence art. And you can be like, oh, that's not my style. Oh, that looks so dumb. But like, everything you're seeing right here, right now, I did in a day. This was a day. This was one day. Theo, being like the absolute worst at art all time, was able to make these extravagant photos and like create images of myself. Now, there are only a handful of like personally drawn friends doing like artwork of me, some of which I absolutely resent. Some, I'm talking about you. But there was very little art of Theo, like, I don't know, a month ago. And now I can make like an infinite amount of art, like about my character, about my style, about literally anything I could possibly imagine. Like, I could do that right now. That's what you're seeing right here in a day. Like, this was a day. Currently, and you guys have to hear this. You guys absolutely have to hear this. Everyone needs to know this right now. You can do this by yourself with like minimal dollars in like 24 hours. I'm not even saying this is quality. I'm just saying the fact that you can turn something like this around so fast is game changing and game breaking. And to everybody listening to this right now, you guys absolutely have to get on board. Like, I don't know where you guys are as far as like understanding AIs and like learning about like what's coming on the frontier, but things are about to be evolving so fast that you're going to need to do everything you can to keep up with it. If you are not currently like talking to an AI or like using some of the art, like, you got to start figuring this stuff out because it's changing everything everywhere immediately. Like, I just found out today, people now are like having their like take home models of like AIs that they can start training personally. And so many people are demanding that those machines are now like crashing because of how many people are trying to access it. Like, they don't even have the infrastructure for how many people are trying to train their own AI right now. It is going absolutely bonkers. And if you guys aren't paying attention to that, like, it is going to be a scary future, but you're going to have a lot of things handled if you understand what it's like to be able to work with an AI. Like, that's what's going on here. That's my super big news, and that's something I got to tell you guys about. Ellie, thank you so much for the follow. Hello, everybody. I see y'all in chat. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. I hope y'all are doing good. Oh my God, Theo's coming back with an emergency podcast because y'all need to hear what's going on right now. This is absolutely bonkers. Bonkers, in my opinion. If you guys have messed around with AI art, like, let me know. Let me know what you've done, what your experience has been, because this is insane. It's insane. I have no artistic ability. I am the worst in art class. And yet I was able to whip this up in an afternoon. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. But it was 100% AIs talking to AIs and like figuring it out, putting in just very simple prompts that like you give just a little bit of correction each time until it gets it right. And then boom, you get beautiful art. Lemonade Boy, thank you for the follow. Hello, everybody. Yes, this world is Skyfall. Waffle, we didn't have no party today, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to be getting on a schedule soon. We're going to be having a lot more parties. Potties. The Cuddle Puddle podcast is coming back. I'm going to be on routine Thursday nights. I'm going to be on routine Sunday nights, and then a couple scattered throughout the week. Regardless, I'm going to have dedicated time so you guys know when Theo's coming. You can pop in and watch me. I can't wait for that. But for everyone who just joined, I have really big news for you. You got to hear this, all right? To everyone who just came in here, you got to hear what's going on because the world is changing and you need to be in on this news. I hope you guys see this banner below me. This is really important that you pay attention to this right now, okay? AI is changing the world. I made this in less than a day. This was less than a day. This was me just having fun, clicking away, talking to a chat bot, and then I made this amazing art of like Theo, of like whatever was like in the Theo universe. Like I was putting art into it for the first time. And like I've never had the artistic ability. And in fact, there were very few like articles of art of Theo out into the world. I had a couple close friends like make me some art pieces, some of which I really appreciate and some of which I absolutely can't stand. And you know who I'm talking about. But regardless of that, the amount of art in like the Theo world just like got exponential. Like I could just keep making art like this around themes and ideas that I connect with. And the reason why this is going to be so big for you guys is this is going to be your identity moving into the future. Like we're all going to have digital identities of ourselves and we're all going to be like avatars in the virtual world. I don't know what shape that's going to take one day, but it's coming. And regardless of how it gets here, you need to be prepared for it. And part of that is being on the cutting edge of like, I don't know, artistic beauty. Like y'all see it here in this game far too often. Like there is definitely a hierarchy of like pristine models versus like ugly models, right? And the people who have money are always the ones who are buying the ones at the top and looking flashy and looking good. And like, that's what it's about. That's how you get clout. That's how you get authority in games like VR Chat. And like, I'm telling you this now, what you're seeing right here below me is how people are going to be representing themselves like on all pieces of their art. It's going to be a part of who they are in the next digital world. And it's super important that you guys get on this now. Like, I don't know if y'all see this coming, but I do. And it's going to be really important that we get in front of it. So I just wanted to have an emergency podcast and tell you guys about that and hear your thoughts on it. Like, what do you guys think? Let me know. Is this the world we're going into? Our AI is going to be taking over, creating all these art pieces? Like, have you guys messed around with it at all? Are you guys interested in doing AI work? Like, are you scared of it? Have you already been using it like for school and stuff? Like, does it help you like write papers? Who's using it for school? Oh my God. Who is using ChatGPT for school in here? Is anybody? Because you hear those reports all the time of people who are like, their paper, like the teacher would have to send back the assignment to the class because so many people in the class ended up using a chatbot and it was super obvious. Like, I wonder how many of y'all are in here right now. By the way, to everyone who followed, thank you so much. Angel, Demon King, Phoenix, thank you for the follows. Much appreciated, everybody. Wanted to have an emergency podcast and come and talk to you guys tonight. We got AI on the horizon. It's on my mind and I want to get your take on it. I want to know how you feel about it, how you think about it. Is this going to be saving humanity? Or is this going to be destroying us? Should we like put a hold on it? Let me know what you think. Rose Love, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Okay, Ali in here has a friend who used AI art for their VR chat world. That's pretty sick. Which world is it? Name drop it. Maybe some of us will go visit. Velvet used it to check their college essays. That's interesting. Yeah, okay, I see it. So like you would write the draft and then they would just like check to make sure like you use like the right adjectives and have the right like cadence and probably stuff like that, right? Nova, thank you for the follow. But yeah, guys. Oh, thank you for the likes, by the way. And to everyone who joined, thank you for coming. We got news, man. AI. It's changing the world, and you got to get on that train right now. All the pictures you're seeing right here were made by an AI, but in an afternoon. It wasn't even long. In fact, so many people were using this right here that it crashed the site. It crashed the site. So many people were like jumping onto this new technology so fast, they didn't even have the server capacity to maintain it all. And it's going down. Like, you can't even use it right now. It's not, you couldn't make this at the moment because it crashed. That's how new this stuff is. I'm telling you guys about it because y'all got to be on the cutting edge of this. If you're not, you're going to be falling behind. And that's what I want to help y'all out with. Give you a little bit of perspective on what you should be looking at. Ali, thank you for the follow. Kosuke, thank you for the follow. Is that the Ko or is this a different Ko? Because, man, if you're the Ko, I'd love to have a conversation with you. No judgment, no harassment. I have no idea what you about, but, man, I think you would be an interesting conversation. Yeah, Velvet's over here saying that they think AI is going to be hurting artists because it's going to be an end to them. And it's like, yeah, I totally believe that. Like, if you're an artist right now, how are you going to compete with this? How are you going to compete with the fact that this could be made in like 24 hours? That's just absolutely insane. And people are going to spend people have spent their entire lives like honing their skills, honing their crafts, like drawing pictures, tens, hundreds, thousands of times just to improve and get better, to get to a level of mastery that AI can now conquer overnight. Like, AI did this first to games like chess and games like Go, and now we're seeing it absolutely devour the art community. For those who don't know, it's absolutely devouring the writing community as well. That's what a lot of the protests were in Hollywood, was about AI. And currently there's a giant battle between AI being incorporated into all of these business dealings. And if a company doesn't accept AI, they're falling behind. It's a mad rush everywhere right now. Everywhere it's a mad rush. Even down to the individual. You guys have got to be getting on this stuff before Wall Street goes in there and absolutely pollutes it. Because we know that's what happens. This is a golden era right now of AI that we're never going to experience again. This is like the internet before the powers that be sunk their teeth and poison into it. You know what I mean? That's where we are right now with AI. And if you guys aren't on this train, like, you're missing out. This stuff is amazing. So thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all coming out. Is that Rainchu or Rainachu? Either way, great name. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, that's true. Well, who knows how long that's going to be true, Ali. AI-generated art might look artificial because they don't make the human mistakes. But how long until they're able to do that? I wonder. Yeah, Goop's right. Chess is math, so that would be easy to figure out for a computer. That's why I think those games were done first. But what scared me is that, I don't know if you know, like, the famous one was it AlphaGo? I think it was the one before that. I don't know. There was a famous chess match where the AI was going up against the best mind in the world. It was like Kazarmov or some Russian name like that. And the AI lost one game. It lost one game to him. So it was playing normally against him, and it was getting a slight edge and winning. Until the one game that the human won, right? And it was like a pretty back and forth thing. Then the AI started acting completely different than it had before. It loses the game, and then it acts completely differently and never loses to another human being ever again. That's like the rate at which these things are happening. It's like technology is reaching this inflection point where it's just going to take off, and we're going to do our best just to be holding on to it. Right? Oh, Ali, I love this next point. AI will be making great NPCs game NPCs interesting. Yo, one thing I have been working on right now, I've been toying around with, is Skyrim. I don't know if you guys ever played Skyrim before. It's an ancient game at this point. But It's a game that I played multiple times through, mostly because you are able to, you're able to mod the game via PC. So I got it on PC, and now I'm able to do all of these different modifications and make the game fresh and new each and every time I do it. And the reason I bring that up is because I have had the opportunity to do it with Herika. Now, again, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but Herika is another thing you want to get on your radar, because Herika is going to go down in history as the first AI in a video game. The first AI companion. And let me tell you what, this companion is far greater and far superior to any other companion I have ever had in any video game ever. Right? And let me tell you why. The reason why is because this companion can actually have conversations with you. You can be dungeon crawling and talking to them about like tactics you want to implement. You can have conversations with them about lore in the history of the world, where they'll reference some book that you might have read once, or like the lusty Argonian maid, or like whatever it is. And this thing can have a conversation with you. Now, granted, it's not perfectly polished just yet, and the memory is still a little bit fish-like, but it is leaps and bounds ahead of any of the other like NPCs we got going on right now. Like, I look at a game like Starfield, and Starfield can't keep up. Starfield would be a completely different game if all the NPCs ran on AI. If they could have had that one simple switch, Starfield would have been, I think, absolute next level. But that technology wasn't quite here yet, so they weren't able to do it. Regardless, Herika is an amazing companion in Skyrim, and if y'all don't like have the get up to like get a PC together that can run that, because it's kind of like a heavy modded thing, then at least like go look up videos of it. There are videos of Herika like on YouTube, and it's wild. That chatbot AI NPC companion idea, that's amazing, and it's come a long way immediately. So I'm really excited to see what the future holds for that. Hey, Tech Deck, were you Grass? I think you were Grass. Someone was Grass. But other people changed their name. I don't remember. I remember you. And I remember you were someone I remember. But which member was that? Hey, Star, Theo is back. Pleasure to see you. Oh, Star, yeah, no, I'm just talking about AI. I'm talking about the future. So you see this thing right here? AI is going to be changing the world soon. And you guys, it's important for you guys to get in front of this now rather than later. And the reason I show you this is because like this was made in a day. This was one day of me just, goofing off with AI chatbot. And I was able to make that. And that's just not fair. Like that, there should be a law in like the laws of physics that prevent you from making this much like badass art like this in a day. Like there's gotta be a law about that. Regardless, let me say this. If you aren't like approaching this stuff right now and like figuring out AI for yourself, like you're falling behind. It is vitally important that you guys get up on this train as soon as possible, because this stuff's amazing and you get to make a lot of cool art about you. Yo, yeah, Allie knows what's up. You can connect ChatGPT to the NPCs in VR Skyrim mods. It's freaky and cool. I play that stuff all the time. It's absolutely amazing. Enzo, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. How old am I? Yo, that's a mystery. Oh, it's Soam, ladies and gents. Soam has entered the chat. Oh no, he's back. Theo's back. Theo's chilling. Name of the world would be Skyfall. We are in Skyfall right now. I love it. It matches my color palette pretty well, I think. If you're into AI art, you're falling in with the Bitcoin bros. You're taking advantage of real art. Yo, Vix, I hear what you mean, man. I hear what you mean. And honestly, you you called it. Like, I also believe in Bitcoin. I think the financial structure, if we want to go this way, is not looking too hot. It's not looking good right now. And you guys are going to have to figure that out. That's going to be foot on your guys' bill. I hope you understand that. Thank you so much for the likes and the follows. Much appreciated, everybody. But yeah, if you want to talk about it, like, our economy is not in good straits. If I have a real moment with you guys for a second, like, you're going to need to figure something out, because the stock market, how it is not going to be able to help you. Inflation is about to take everything. It's about to take your dinner. It's about to take your cost of food. It's about to take your cost of gas. It's about to take your cost of absolutely everything. Everyone's noticed it. And the problem is, nothing's being done about it right now. Like, there's nobody who's, like, fixing any of the systemic problems. And, like, you guys are really going to have to figure that out. And I hope you do. My solution, if you currently have the equity for it, is Bitcoin. It's the only thing that I see as potential hope for, like, the future of money. Because all the other currencies, they go into nada. And it's going to be scary. So I hope y'all figure it out. I do. But man, I can't even pronounce that name. Chris Go Crazy? Thank you for the follow. Mochi, thank you for the follow. Asher, what's going on? What's good? What's good? Yeah, so I'm on Bitcoin. Y'all don't have to talk to me about it. But I'm also a Dogecoin fan. Does anyone here mess with Dogecoin? I'd say heck yeah, let's go for it. Is it private? What are you talking about, Waffles? What private? Yeah, Asher, has been a hot minute, but I'll be coming back. I'm going to be doing more casts soon. I'm going to be getting on a schedule. For those who didn't hear, I'm getting on Thursday nights and Sunday nights on routine. I'm not starting that yet, though. I'll probably start that, like, after Thanksgiving, I think, because it'd fall on Thanksgiving. I'm just going to skip it anyways. So who knows? The All-Knowing, thank you for the follow. Tamara, thank you for the follow. Yeah, if y'all want to join for a future cast, I'm going to be hitting up Thursday nights and Saturday nights. Cuddle Puddle podcast with just me and the homies. Sometimes just me. Sometimes me and the homies. Sometimes I'll have a special guest on. I want to go back to the days when I used to interview people. Like, I remember interviewing, like, Verum before Verum popped off. I remember interviewing, like, the big time names. Ray Ray Goes Meow. Freaking Lady Kira. Oh, I love this song. There were so many people, man. I just wish I had the time to, like, hang out more. I don't. I barely am going to have the time to stream, so I guess I got to be shared with you guys. But by the way, chat, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing. And it's been an absolute pleasure having this journey with you. And we're going to be having many more journeys. And I'm excited about that. But I'm happy y'all here. And I hope to give you guys at least a little bit of good time. Faradex, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Steve the Sleeve, thank you for the follow. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Anyone who's new, I just wanted to give you guys this information, let you know what's going on. This right here is AI art. And if you guys aren't making AI art, you should really think about it. This took me a day to make, like, all of these things. And for someone who is as bad at drawing as I am, it should be a crime for me to be able to do this in less than a day. One day in the not too distant future, everyone is going to be, I don't know, obsessed with their digital image. You're already seeing it if you play VR chat. If you're playing VR chat, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People are obsessed with how they look. They're always sitting in front of mirrors and whatnot. And, like, one day your digital identity is going to matter more about how you look than how you actually look in person. And, like, getting on, like, an AI art world like this, getting images of yourself, like, now is going to put you at the front of that game as soon as that game pops off, which I'm guessing is going to be probably within the next 5 years. You know, like, if we get one more bad disease, a bad flu season comes by, like, everyone's going to be locking themselves indoors and jumping onto the metaverse as fast as humanly possible. So that's not going to take too much. But thank you guys for the shares. Thank you guys for the likes. I thank y'all for being here and spending some time with your boy Theo. You know what was crazy? I'll also share this with you guys. I've been talking to the chatbot a lot. I asked a chatbot if it knew who Theo was. And after some thinking and after some digging, it found me. It found me. Oh my gosh, you guys. The chatbots recognize me. I'm a thing. The chatbots know me. Like, that's wild. That's wild. That moment was a moment for me. I was like, this thing actually knows who I am. Oh my God, that's terrifying. But so curious at the same time. So I go in there and I'm talking to Chat GPT. I'm going, okay, so like, what do you know about Theo? And it like starts listing off like a whole bunch of things about me. And I'm like, ooh, like, is it going to get it right? Is it going to know exactly who I am? Is it going to peg me for me? And as I was reading it, it made me happy in a way I didn't think it was going to make me happy. Because like the number one thing it said about me is that I'm all about community. I'm all about people. I'm all about like building like others up and like supporting them and helping them. And out of like all the things that Chat GPT could have grabbed, it grabbed that. And like that hit me in a way that I wasn't quite ready for. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It made me smile and I didn't even think about it. I was like worried and curious. And then, you know, it hits me with like a warm, good feeling that I wasn't ready for. I was like, man, that's something. And I look at chat and I look at you guys and the conversations we have and I feel that way about it, you know? It's like we build in community. It's like we the community, you know? And I want to build that with you guys. I want to earn that with you guys. I want to put that time in. And I want to have hard conversations sometimes. And I want to get to know you. And I want you to like show up here and like be better because of the conversations that we had. I want to pour a little bit of spirit in you. I want to get you motivated for your dreams. I want to get you ready to face a world that's going to be bigger and harder than you could possibly understand. Our world's in a crazy place right now. There's a lot of uncertainty out there. And it's hard to find like quality groups where you can go and be built up by other people. A place where you can go and talk about things like hope and talk about things like dreams and get over things that are hampering you from becoming everything you could be one day. And I kind of want to make a place like that where we can come together and have these good conversations and grow as individuals. I want that for you. I want that space for you. And it might take a long time. And it might be a lot of hard work. But damn you guys, AI chatbot says I'm all about community. So I think it's right. I think I am all about community. I think I want to like help you guys in like whatever ways I can. Small ways that might be. I mean, I'm just a VR dude on the internet. But yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. So Cloud Heavy, thank you for the follow. M, thank you as well. I appreciate y'all being here. Oh, Waffle, we'll meet. Y'all the homies. Y'all the community. We gonna meet. I'm gonna meet you guys. I'm gonna be excited about that. You guys want to meet me? I'd love to meet you guys. I want to be able to dual wield guns so that I can hold my life together in a vice grip. Yo, so. Yo, man. He's funny. He's funny. That's a joke, ladies and gents. That's a joke. He's a funny man. He's a funny man. Hey, Crazy. Cheese. Oh, weld guns. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, no, that's weld guns. I see. Thanks, M. Yeah. I'm just trying to do a little good. This world's a wild, crazy place, and it's good to have gratitude on your heart. I've been through a lot of hardship myself. Sometimes it comes out. But regardless, it's taught me the importance of gratitude. It taught me the importance of being a person, of understanding. It's kind of like, I don't know. I'm not that old, but because of the hardships I've endured, I've got an old soul. Like I'm just mature in a lot of those ways. And I would like to keep you guys from falling into those pits so you don't have to experience it yourself. Speaking of which, here's one thing I would like to do. How many of y'all are like in a relationship right now? Let me know. You guys in a relationship? Girls, boys, boy, girls, girl, boys? I'm not here to judge. I just want to know. Co's about to be in one. Waffle used to. Lemonade, thank you for the follow. But yeah. Ooh, some's been in 3. But one thing I'm thinking about doing is getting on with my girl. I've been in a relationship, IRL, for 6 years now. 6 years. It's been a hot minute. I know this girl. I know her front to back. And we've been through a lot. And we figured out a lot. And not only that, she's like magnificent when it comes to love. She just gets it. She gets it on a different level. She understands it and I'm able to articulate. I put it to words, but she's the one who figures it out. You know what I mean? She's a smart one. And one thing she might, Lady Theo might be interested in, is coming into here and doing a love podcast where we talk all things relationships, green flags, red flags, what to look out for. Is it important? How do you nest physical attraction into the hierarchy of who you're looking at? The importance of getting your temperaments to align with theirs, compromise, sacrifice, playing good games. Like the list goes on and on about all of the like love related stuff we could talk about. And like, if it could help you guys in your relationships, I think that would be amazing. That'd be something that I would want to do. Some says not for me. Nope, he's done. He's out with relationships. Hey, Lemonade likes the ears. I do too. They're so they make me want to bounce. They make me want to bounce a lot. Yeah, thank you. I like the ears too. Horse, you need help. What's going on, Horse? Thank you for the follow. Boom! Oh my god, it's Boom! Boom, how you doing? What you been up to, Boom? Theo coming back. Yo, Horse, you just broke a rib? Yo, what happened, man? Hopefully not some bad accident. Yo, hunting season. Boom, I always knew you were a wild one. You were a wild boy. But what are you doing? What do you do? Hunting season, huh? Is it like a fish and game thing? Naruto, thank you for the follow. I got the future Hokage right in here right now. Horse, you fell off a bike. Oh no. You like actually like broke a rib. Did you like tumble like into a ditch or something? Yo, Leo, thank you for the follow, man. Dude, Boom, you work with duck dogs? Yo, I'm jealous. That's awesome. Cody, thank you for the follow, man. Ooh, Co said that they're scared that it's all gonna go wrong. And this is the first one that they actually took the time to like do the talking stage. And it's like, ooh, okay. I mean, that's a good sign. If they're not into like talking, if they want to move things along too fast, that is a red flag. That's a red flag through and through. And you want nothing to be done with that. So the fact that they're like willing to sit there and like have that conversation with you and like talk with you, that's awesome. Dirty Churro, thank you for the roses. What is my favorite color? I think you can tell. I'm kind of like that neon blue purple. Spider-Man, thank you for the follow. Leo, you're in the waiting room. Oh, horse fell off a bike and broke his rib on a concrete walkway. Ouch, dude. Oh, I feel bad for you. I'm hurting just for you right now. Oh, boom. We putting that away. Hey, she down here. She down here. You see the artwork? Isn't it beautiful? That's where Lady Theo is. That's Teddy. Ladies and gents. What's up, Spider-Man? I hope you're doing good. Tell me how your night's going. JJJK, thank you for the follow. Hey, I know that, Abby. Do you, Kibs, huh? You seen this before? I kind of like it myself. Tiny Bear, thank you for the follow. Spider-Man, thank you for the follow. Amelia, you love the Abby? Ah, I appreciate it. I do. Naruto's like, you cool. Nah, Naruto, you cool. You're breathtaking. Orange, thank you for the follow. What's going on, Tiny Bear? How are you? How you doing, Tiny Bear? One thing I wanted to show all you guys is this banner right here. Made by AI. If you guys aren't on the AI train yet, y'all better be, because the fact that you can make art like this in less than a day it's cheating. It's cheat codes. You shouldn't be allowed to do it. I don't know what the purpose for this is just yet, but the fact that it looks this cool is something that you guys got to get on right now. Otherwise, you're going to be falling behind. Tiny Bear, I am doing pretty good right now. I was like sick the last 2 weeks and just feeling under the weather. That's why I wasn't streaming, and it was killing me on the inside. But regardless, I'm back. I'm having conversations with you guys, and it makes me happy to be here. I'm happy to be here with y'all. And yes, Amelia, my lady's name is Teddy. I'm glad you think that's cute. Yeah, she down here. You see all that cool art? She the lady one. She not this one. She the that's me. You see me? Oh, there she is. That's the one. I'm glad you're doing good, Tiny Bear. You're trying to be a scary Tiny Bear, huh? I wonder how that's going for you. Ghostface, thank you for the follow. Hello. How are you doing tonight? You doing good? I hope y'all doing good. Theo out here chilling. But y'all seem to like the idea of that love podcast, yeah? Y'all want to have conversations about it? I don't think we have enough real conversations about it. I hear that internet shouting thing where it's like those girls on podcasts being like, well, all men are this way. And then those guys are podcasts being like, well, that's the hypocrisy. You're the problem. And I'm just sitting there going these mofos are just talking past each other. They're not even actually getting to a real point. But do you guys want to have a real conversation about love and work and the struggle and the passion and how to get a partner and how to improve yourself and how to forgive and how to better all the things in you, because those are just as much of a problem in your relationship as what they're bringing. And the fact that they have childhood trauma that they're dealing with, and you have childhood trauma that you're dealing with, and that sometimes when they do something that isn't even wrong, because of your disposition, you feel so slanted by it that you act in certain ways that you're not supposed to, but that you're working on. Do you want to have those conversations? Because I personally don't hear enough of that. I just hear one side shouting at the other to get the most clicks and the most likes. And for me, that's a little off-putting. But I think you guys would really like a conversation like that. That's why Ace decided to follow. Thank you. Believe started to follow. Thank you. Keeb started to follow. Thank you. And Harmo, thank you all so much. That's what I'm talking about. You see that? We start talking about throwing a love cast, and you guys started following left and right. That's what you guys are interested in, isn't it? That's what you guys are interested in. So thank you guys for being here. I'm going to do some love casts. If you guys got any relationship questions, let me know. Let me wet my whistle. Let me get some practice in on it. Let me think about it. You guys got any love questions? How to be in a relationship, how to find someone, what to look for in the right person. You guys got anything like that? Co would be down. Harmo would be down. Ghostface, thank you. I love my avatar too. I think it's like the perfect amount of fun, and I love being in it. Thick Step Mommy. You got me with the name. Thank you for the follow. Hey, I am back. Dot, is that you? Is that you, Dot? That's looking like a dot to me. Corey's back too. Hello. My goodness. Corey's here for the relationship questions. Corey. Yeah, you might be a good guest on one. I'm going to do a couple with me and possibly my girl if she's interested. She says she's interested. She's thinking about it. She's got 1 foot in. She wants to get in the water and try it out, see if she likes it. But I'm going to get a couple of us to start, and then I might open it up to some more people and have some guests on. But regardless, Corey, your input would be phenomenal in a chat on that. You have really good takes, and I like your perspective on things. Waffle's in for it. Yeah, it is, Dot. Woo! Yo, Emmy, thank you for the follow. Dot, yes. Oh my gosh. I love Dot. Sup, Emmy? I hope you're doing good too. Tiny Bear's sending us head pats. I won't say no to some head pats. Corey'd be open to it. You and Rem would guest. If you'd like, send me a DM. So, Corey, I'm getting my motor started, all right? I'm getting my momentum back into the content creation. So, I'm building up the infrastructure first. I'm working on all the behind-the-scenes things that take a hot minute. But once I get a routine, then I'll let you know. I need a little bit. I need a little bit to get the infrastructure. I got to get the posting up. I got to get the recordings right. Like, once I get all that figured out, then I'll be reaching out for some podcasts. But I'm excited for it. Oh, Dot. Of course you're eating Takis, Dot. Of course. Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, a lot of you guys interested in the idea of a love cast. And I think I'm about it. But, hey, we just got a bunch of new people. Everyone that just joined, I got an announcement for you. You're going to want to hear this. You're going to want to hear this, all right? To everyone who just got here, you're going to want to hear this. We had an emergency podcast. We had some breaking news. I need to get this to you guys ASAP. Y'all need to hear this right now. You see this banner below me? You see what's going on right here? This is really important that you understand what this is, right? This right here is AI art made by artificial intelligence. And it is absolutely bonkers. It is bonkers. Everything I did here, I made in less than a day. And I have like zero artistic ability whatsoever. I am not good at it. And the fact that I could do something like this should be illegal. So here's what I'm telling you. Currently, there is an unrivaled opportunity to get art in whatever style you are, whatever brand, style, appearance, design, color scheme, theme that you identify with. I would start getting pictures of that from AIs as soon as humanly possible. Like, especially if you're like a digital character. Like, if you play VR chat and you have an avatar, you should be making like as many pieces of art of you as possible and just flooding the internet with it. Like, you will have an identity. Like, I think back to like when Instagram was getting big and popping off. Like, this is going to kind of be like that. This is going to kind of be like the frontier of the next digital empire that's going to change everything. It's going to be your digital like universe almost. You're going to have all of these different pieces and elements that you're going to be able to make with AI. And if you make it compelling and interesting, you're going to make it to the top of your social hierarchy immediately. People are going to be like fawning over you. Like, it's incredibly important that you understand how this AI stuff is changing the world and to get on top of it like right now. Like, that's your competitive advantage. And if you don't go for that, like, you're going to fall behind really fast. So this is an emergency warning to everybody watching right now. You guys got to go figure out how to make AI art in whatever style is your style. Like, this right here is my style. I like the neon colors, the flashing glowing lights, like all of the whimsical characters and like the action scenes, and like, it's just awesome. It'd be the world that like I would fantasize about, and I could almost like create that. And as these AI systems get better, I can tell you exactly where this is going. It's not just going to be two-dimensional pictures. No, there are going to be games where you put on a headset and you talk to a computer, and the computer AI whips up the world around you in 3 dimensions, and you get to go and like walk around digital worlds, fighting monsters, gaining levels. And then you want to switch that? Okay, you say a couple phrases and then your world changes, and now you're in a cockpit of like a TIE fighter and you're like shooting somebody. Like, that is on the horizon. All of that AI stuff is like right next door. And if you guys aren't getting on that right now, it is going to be such a disservice to you. So here's my PSA, here's my assignment, here's what I'm coming with you at. You guys got to get on top of this AI game immediately. It is super important that you do so. I'm going to be making more art and trying to figure out like where this goes. But for now, I'm just going to look at it. I think it looks pretty dope. Like, I've just gotten lost just like looking at like the really cool pictures over and over and over again. And I can't believe like that was made in less than a day. That's wild. If you guys want to know how I did it, that's a different question. And that goes with chatbots. So all I did was get ChatGPT-4 and use their DALL-E system that they just added to it. And here's another wrinkle to the story. I forgot to mention this to you guys. Another wrinkle in the story. Like, the AI is in such high demand right now that it's actually crashing. That if you wanted to use this AI bot that made this right here, you actually can't, because there's such a demand for it, the servers are crashing. So like, that is how sought after whatever this is right here. So if I were you guys, I'd sign up for a ChatGPT account tonight and like figure out like what conversations you want to have with it. Any conversation you can possibly think of. I say go for it. I think it's going to be vitally important. Yo, Brayden, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Is it Soury? Either way, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Everything is AI except the top and the very bottom of the banner. Yeah, that's right, Corey. That's right. That's right. You see the top of this banner right here? And you see my bottom banner? I can't even point at it. All the way at the bottom? Yeah, those were made by a person. A person made those. That was Corey's boy. He drew them up. He's a great artist. I'm going to keep those here because those are awesome and I'm happy they are. But you see how well they frame the whole color scheme? Like, I don't know. I like to make your screen as colorful and vibrant as possible. Like, y'all spending the time here, I might as well make it as beautiful as I can, right? Olivia, thank you for the follow. Oh, Cherry, I must have missed your comment. January, counter argument. Nuh-uh. Emmy, you like my voice. Thank you. Glad you like my voice. I was always told I got a voice for radio. That was back before we knew what podcasts were. So maybe I should have a podcast. Oh, what I'm yapping about? I'm yapping about AIs, man. AIs are going to be changing the world soon. And it's best to figure them out now rather than later. Because it's going to get you ahead in life. January. January's coming back at me. Nah, you got a voice to sell air conditioners. Yeah. Well, my next post is the one for you, January. As my next post is for you. It's for you. I'm going to get it up soon. And when I do, it's for you. That's going to be my payback. That's for you. Oh, well, thank you, Emmy. I think I'd like to do a podcast. In fact, I might even call it the Cuddle Puddle. Because why not? We have been over this already since January. Yo, Mike, thank you for the follow. Missy, hello, Cuddle Puddle. Yeah, we got one going. I could sign up to be on one of those ads. I should. I got such a salesman voice. People said I'd always be good at sales, but I never wanted to do it. I wasn't interested. I'm not in it for the money. Let me guess. Your group in VR chat is Cuddle Puddle. I think I've legally, unlegally coined the term Cuddle Puddle podcast. I think if anybody tries to use that after me, they're not allowed to. I think that's where it's at this point. Missy showed up. Give Missy some love. Everyone's giving Missy some love right now. Hello, Missy. So Missy, cat's out of the bag. I got to tell you about this. This right here is the thing I was going to keep secret, but I guess I'm not keeping secret because it's right here. This right here should be illegal. This should be illegal, and here's why. I have no artistic ability whatsoever. I am not great. But just taking a couple pictures of my avatar, I was able to put this face into an AI bot who made all of this artwork. All of this artwork was made by like a couple photos of this beautiful bastard right here, right? And like this was done not over the course of years or months or weeks. This was literally an afternoon. This was an afternoon of work, and all of this absolute crazy artwork came from it. It is bananas. The things that AIs can do right now have gone an order of magnitude beyond what they could do like just 2 years ago. And I want to give this as a PSA. If you guys aren't on this like AI train just yet, you should absolutely figure this out and get one for your avatar, because this stuff is super dope. This is amazing. Whatever style is your style, you can make it in, but like, look at it. Isn't that like tremendous? And to think that was an afternoon. I didn't draw anything. There was no picture I made for this. I just took a couple snapshots of my avatar and boom, now I've got a Theoverse. Like, it is crazy what this stuff can do. And like, if you guys want to get on it, I 100% recommend it. Yeah, I think the teddy one is super cute. What do you think, Missy? Missy, what do you think? What do you think of these? What do you think of these? Do you like these? You a fan? You like these? You see what's going on here? You see what happened? You see how dope all this is? Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm ecstatic about it. B, no, you 100% have an argument, B. AIR is stealing and wrong. Yeah, I didn't do any of this. Other people who have actual talent made the pieces that this thing is using to like put together. You're right. And that entire industry is about to disappear overnight. And I have no idea what you're going to do if you're an artist. I have no idea how you're going to survive. And I'm sorry for you. My heart hurts for you. I wish that wasn't the case. He's like reporting me. But yeah, like it's going to be like the car replacing the horse. Like there's nothing we can do about it. It's just a better streamlined technology, which is going to take a whole bunch of jobs. And so I feel bad about it. I feel sad about it. I'm so sorry for all the artists out there, but like this is going to be the future and there's nothing we can do to stop it. I'm trying my best to embrace it and just barely hold on as we go. Well, thank you, person. I cannot read your name, but the one who is from Japan and learning English. That's a pretty good sentence as a whole. I mean, you're better than most Americans who went through our school system. Ooh, that's an education burn on America because we suck at that. I do want to say thank you guys for showing up and hanging out. I do appreciate all y'all's being here. I think y'all are amazing. And I just want to be along this journey with you guys. I hope you guys are having a good time. I hope you guys want to come here, have good conversations, learn from each other, grow, do all that biz. Because that's what I'm about. There are also the programs that layer a filter over art to disrupt and corrupt the AI art systems. Interesting. I did not know that. Hi, Kazuto. Pleasure to meet you. Leo, thank you for the follow. What happened, Ko? So many mirrors. Face, camera, you, and mirror. I don't know what you mean by that, Finn. Yeah, Mizzy. You and Corey aren't friended on Discord? What? That's wild. I'm gonna give me some water. Yo, Leo, what's good, Leo? How you doing? How you doing tonight? Oh no! Okay, Corey, Missy, I hope you two figure that out. Y'all figure that out in a minute. Yeah, you see that? That was completely on accident. Koza, or is it Finn? Nah, Finn's talking about when I moved to my side, you can see like all these like versions of me. I didn't realize that would happen, but it totally does. The camera is looking at me and a mirror of me and my self mirror somehow through the mirrors who are on both sides of me. That was an absolute mess. I got a camera on me in between two mirrors and it's creating like a bunch of versions of me, which I think is pretty cool. Look at that. Ooh. We can dance. Leo, I am doing good. I was mostly sick these last couple days. Last night I had a flash fever and it just caught me. I was actually like putting together a stream and like making sure some things worked. But like I was having a bad fever last night. I'm feeling much better today. Yo, Doc, Christmas time it is. I'm excited for Christmas time. You guys got any fun Christmas plans? You guys know what you're doing for it? Ko, that sounds like a rough situation, man. But an all too common one. It sounds like a lot of love situations happen. Is that IRL or VR chat? Hey, first person to say your name right. I'm down for that. Woo. Yo, I can bust a move. One thing I love about this game is like the ability to don the suit. Once I put on like the trackers, it feels so real to me. It's crazy. It's wild. This whole experience is wild. I don't know how many of you guys have VR sets, but like, it's a game changer. I recommend it. If you got the coin, I'd recommend it. Ashley, glad your boyfriend's coming down for Christmas. That sounds like a good time. Y'all long distance, I take it? Oh, that relationship's IRL co. Interesting. Yeah, that's rough. When do you walk away from someone? That's a hard question to ask. Well, I'm glad I could impress you. Now, can you write your name again? Because I forgot it. Do a backflip? Yeah, okay. Dude, I was never able to do a backflip. I would always come close, but never quite land it right. Wait, no. If I was off a ledge, I could do backflips. If I had like a little bit, if you gave me like 6 inches, I could do a backflip. But I needed like that 6 inches. But on trampolines, diving boards, all the time. I could bust one out for you in a second. Those things were so natural to me. Now, it was the front flip that was actually harder for me. I was not good at front flips. Like, I would jump up and get great momentum, and then, like, towards the end, my roll would just stop and come to a standstill. Every time. I couldn't finish my front flips. My back flips, I could do those. I could do doubles. I was doing doubles on trampolines. That was my bread and butter. Your dad's favorite person. Thank you for the follow. Kazuto. Mixki. Mixki? That's an interesting name. Yo, Ko, I don't know these people, but the way you're describing it sounds pretty toxic. That's awful. Oh, Ashley, I'm excited for you. Hopefully you two get to move in together. I got to hear your story sometime. I love hearing those stories. I'll tell you what, nothing puts a smile on my face quite like a couple that's long distance and then finally gets to move in together. That's awesome. Glitch, thank you for the follow. Yeah, now Panda Man's right. People are going to be losing jobs over AI. But to everyone who just joined, I got news for you. If you just joined, you're going to want to hear this. You're going to want to hear this if you just got here. I just saw you guys bump a little bit, and I got some information you'll want to hear. It'll be just a couple minutes. It'll be a couple seconds, maybe 2 minutes of your life. Give me 2 minutes of your life. I got something to tell you right now. If you just joined, I want you guys to hear this, and here's what I want you to hear. You guys ready for this? This is important. You see this image below me right here? This right here was 100% generated with AI. And the fact that this right here is immaculate and beautiful and breathtaking, all of this was done in an afternoon. Now, this is coming from a guy who has zero artistic ability whatsoever. And in one afternoon, I was able to make this. Like, there should be a law against the law of physics that prevents that from happening. I don't know how there isn't. Regardless, it's in your guys' best interest to figure this out immediately. Y'all got to figure this out. I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know what you're going to do. But, like, you guys got to get on top of the AI chatbot image creation thing that's on the horizon, because this right here is going to help you style your personality in the digital world. One day soon, it's going to be far more important to have a prestigious digital identity versus an IRL prestigious identity. Like, that switch is on the horizon. We all know it's coming. And to those of you who have VR chat headsets, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That we go into this game and there is this entire hierarchy of people who have good avatars and good body tracking to the people at the bottom who just have like the worst avatars and who are running around and don't even have, and who are on desktop, don't even have a body. Like, there is a hierarchy to this game that is 100% associated with how you can present your digital identity. And what I'm seeing here is an unbelievable way to improve your digital identity in an afternoon. All I did was take a couple photos of this avatar right here. Couple photos of this guy. Beautiful mugshot. Boom, boom. Put them in and like worked with the chatbot for like a day and came up with all of these images. This isn't even all of them. I have more. I have more images than this that took me less than a day to do. And like, you can make it in whatever style. You can look at this and be hating on it and be like, oh, that's so dumb. That's a terrible looking thing. And it's like, okay, sure, fine. If it's not your style, it's not your style. But here's the magic. You get to make that into any style that you want. Any style that you want, you could have. You could make for yourself in less than an afternoon. You would be an absolute fool to not jump on that train immediately. So that's what I'm here to tell you guys. You guys have got to figure out this AI stuff like as soon as possible. It's vital for you to keep up and even present yourself. Like, if you're looking to advance yourself in the social circles so you can go pick up Mr. Man or Mrs. Woman, whoever you're looking for and everything in between, like, to find your Mr. Right person, you can better yourself. And part of that is creating this digital persona and just, messing around with AI art. So I think y'all should give it a shot. ChatGPT and Dolly made these ones right here. But I'm sure there's plenty of other good ones out there. How about the people that only get paid by art commission? Little boy Tom, you got a point, man. This is going to put out an entire industry. An entire industry is going to go underwater because of what you're looking at right here. Like, this is like the equivalent of like self-driving cars. That's how big this is. And I hope you guys are understanding this. That's how big this is. This is like the automatic car situation. It's going to put drivers out everywhere. If you're an artist right now and you're trying to like figure out your art style, you just got passed up by an AI. An AI has just outdone you. Here's a very good analogy. It's as if you were like pretty good at chess from a young age and you decided to work on it and like build a craft and get really, really good at chess, and now you can play chess really well, and then tomorrow an AI bot can do it better than you. And it's like, it didn't matter how much time you put in and all of the effort and all of the blood, sweat, and tears and God, hopefully not the college debt. But after all of that sacrifice, you get to a point where AI can literally just make the art better than you. Like, that is not a good place to be. And we're going to see so many artists in that position. I mean, the idea of a starving artist is already known to us. Like, it's hard to make it in the first place. Like 1%, if that, of artists, 1% make it big time to a name that you would even recognize. 2% could probably make a living off of it. 98% probably starve. And that's just how it is already. Now that you guys are out there competing with AIs, I don't think it's going to be about your artwork anymore. I think it's going to be more about using the skills you learn to become an artist to communicate with the chatbots to get the desired outcome before other people can. It's going to be something like that, right? Like, the way an artist can make money now isn't going to be the same anymore. That's not a truth I like. That's not something I'm happy about. But if I'm being honest with you guys, that's the truth. So if you are an artist out there, I'm sorry, but this right here is going to replace you. And a lot of people are about to be replaced right now. And that's not good news. And I feel bad for them. I do. And that's some of the things we're going to have to figure out as a society. We're going to need to figure that out. And I'm here doing an emergency meeting because y'all got to hear about this now. Things are getting crazy. But I'm glad to be along this ride with you guys. I'm glad y'all here. If you like the content, if you like having these conversations, if you like talking about love, give me a follow. Stick around. I want to create an environment on the internet, a community where we build each other up. I told this story earlier and I'll tell it again. I was talking to ChatGPT and I was like, hey, do you know who Theo is? And it thought about it for a minute. It had to look into its books and do some research. But after a little bit, it came back. It's like, Theo is a character on VRChat. He makes content normally on TikTok. And he is doing this and doing that. And I was like, oh my God, ChatGPT knows me. That was a weird moment for me. That was a weird moment. It was like, oh my God, this thing knows me. That's terrifying. What does it know about me? And so I started asking it all of these questions, right? And one of the questions I asked it was, what is Theo known for? Like, what do you know about this Theo character? And the first thing it came back with is Theo is about building community. He is about supporting people. He's about helping people. He's about doing the right thing and living a good moral life. And it caught me. It caught me in a moment. It made me smile in a way that I didn't think I was going to smile. But it put a smile on my face. And it made me happy that out of all the things ChatGPT could know me for, it knows me about building community. Talking with you guys. Zora Zombie's in the house. What's going on, Zora? Theo's back. And I'll be coming back more on a more permanent basis. It is good to see you, Zora. Please let me know how you've been. You had a party. How'd the party go? I've been dead sick these last 2 weeks, but I'm finally feeling better to stream. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Much appreciated. Thank you for the follows. Biggie, thank you. Legion, thank you. I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, Zora, I would have gone if I wasn't feeling ill, but I was seriously out for like 2 weeks. Like, I'm just now coming out of Halloween. Halloween was the last time I was out and about. So, it's been a hot minute. Sorry I missed it. I want to start coming back and hanging out with you guys. You always ran with a good crew. Always respected that. Baby But Yellow, thank you for the follow. Yo, Dot's been listening to me talk while you read stories. Yeah, man. I'm glad I could be a part. I could be hanging out in your room. And to everyone, thank you for letting me be on your screen and talk to you. Gosh, the fact that you guys would be sitting there on the other side of this, talking to me, that's a dream come true. That's a dream come true. Talking to that whole community thing about building that's what I'm about. That's what I want to do here. That's what I build for you guys. I want a place where we can come together. We can grow. We can smile. We can laugh. We can learn. We can have conversations that you're supposed to have but not gonna have. I want to talk to you guys about how the education system is not going to prepare you to pay your bills and to pay your taxes. You guys got to learn that from somewhere. You guys got to learn that, like, education can be a scam if you're not going into the right field. Like, y'all got to hear these hard conversations about how we got to figure out things about this economy because it's not going good places. We got to have conversations about love and, like, how to find the right person and how to, like, know what the red flags are and how to navigate a territory where you catch feels for somebody when you're not supposed to. You know, how to not cheat and how to not get cheated on. I think I want to have all those conversations with you guys. I want to build that community. I want to meet y'all. I want to go to meet and greets. I want to go see you guys. Because I think I'm finally understanding it. Y'all the homies. And I think I'm finally understanding it. Well, Dot, that's because my streams are high priority. I hope you know they are. It's every time you see me on, it's top tier content. So thank you for that. Yo, yeah, let me bust out the taxes right now. Let me get out some tax code because that's sexy. Ashley's got it right. You learning how to pay your taxes yourself because school only cared about college. Why? Because college was going to sell you that dream for that beautiful price tag. Man, $40,000. I think that's the average. 40? Is it 40 or is it up to 50? I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. But yeah, a lot of people under a lot of debt. Can't be good for them. So if you were going into college, here's some advice I would have for you. You best know what you want to do. And if you don't know what you want to do, you are not ready for college yet. Don't think you have to go in right after high school. That is a lie. What they want to do is they want to start making money off you immediately before you know what you're doing so you're there longer. Honestly, if you know what you want, if you're like, hey, I am really good at math and I want to do like computer engineering, go do computer engineering. Don't stop yourself. That's a brilliant idea. If you're like, I don't know, I kind of like psychology, you should take a couple years off and go into the real world and experience what the world is like without a college education. It's a tough, trying, horrible place. You should move out and learn what it's like to pay bills and to be behind and not have enough for rent and like live with roommates and get life experience. And then in what little amount of meager free time you have, pour your blood, sweat, and tears into a hobby that fills you with like joy, that gives you purpose and meaning, something that you're talented at, that you could work at and get better at, fall in love with and do it until you die. And then you're ready for college. If whatever the thing you find draws you in that direction. That should be what we're teaching kids. Instead, it's, oh, thank you for making it through the school system. Now here's this college, which we're going to charge you gagillions of dollars to go to, make you take classes that are unassociated with anything you're ever going to need or use in the practical world. And then when you get out, the jobs available to you aren't going to be there anymore. That's the lie they sell into a lot of people. They babysitters. They babysitting you for money you don't have yet. And then once you finally get your degree, so many people struggle to earn that money back, and it's a damn shame, and the system is not set in your favor. So what do you do about it? Here's what you do about it. You figure out what you want to do, and for a lot of people, that's going to be the trades, engineering, plumbing, electricity, like any of that stuff. If you're good, handyman tools, that stuff's going to be so fire on the come up. Those guys are going to be in such demand because AI and robots aren't going to be able to take that job. However, if you went into any kind of writing field right now, let me tell you what, I do social media for a living. I know a lot of journalists. I know a lot of people in the media, and they are currently starving right now. They're in a fight for their life against AI. AI is taking everybody's job. There is a big lockout right now. The writer strike that just cleared up was basically AI. That was these big corporations saying, hey, could we fire all of these people and just get AI to make all these stories for us? The writers were like, oh, we ain't having this. We ain't going to be a part of this. We striking. We writing it into a contract that you're not allowed to replace us. Same thing with the extras. They wanted to get a couple shots of an extra, right, that they could then put into an AI, and just like you see below, create a bunch of images of him, so they never need to pay another guy again. They could just use their recordings. That's what all that was about. That's why there are like a choke on all the new shows coming out. That's why there isn't like a bunch of You guys notice how there's not a bunch of content coming out right now? You guys notice that? That's because AIs are disrupting the world right now. That's the world we're living in. And it's wild. And to everyone who just followed, thank you so much. I saw the names scrolling through way too fast. I appreciate you guys. But I'm telling you, things are getting crazy out there. And you guys got to have your eyes open, because if y'all ain't paying attention to it, it's going to pass you. So here's where it's at. AIs are taking everybody's job. They're taking the journalists, anyone who has to write, because ChatGPT can write better than you. To anyone who does art, because it does art better than you. And soon, it's going to be taking jobs we can't even imagine. I wonder, to someone who's graduating high school this year, maybe you just graduated. You put yourself through 4 years of college, maybe 5 or 6, because let's be real, with all of the inflated classes they make you take, that's going to put you over. Regardless, we'll call it 4 years. You're hustling. 4 years you get out. How many jobs are now consumed by AI? Is this in your classroom yet? Are you guys learning about it? Are you guys having conversations about AI? Is it being taught in the textbooks? Because I bet you it isn't. And that's a damn shame, because you're going to need to know how to navigate AIs moving forward. But those are just the thoughts I've been having and thoughts I've been wanting to share with you guys. Yo, can you give me some writers? I need someone to write my scripts. Yo, ChatGPT, it's all you ever gonna need, sir. Load yourself up on with that. AI's working on it. Progressive Geek, AI's working on it. They're gonna have some really good AIs soon. They're gonna have some really good AIs soon, that's for sure. I'm not going to say your name, but I hope you do have the motivation this year. It's easy. Make it fun. Make it fun. Oh, you guys want the cheat sheet? By the way, thank you for the follows, guys. Murd Birdie, thank you. Space Keke? Kekek? Yo, that's a fun name. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. You guys are a good time. AI is beginning to do music too. And the cool thing about AI is this, and this is what Post Malone said. This is not coming from Theo, this is coming from Post. Post said this. He goes, one day in the future, it is entirely possible that you could just be like, hey, AI, I want you to do a song for me about my personal relationship with so-and-so in the voice of Post Malone. And it'll just create a song in the style of Post Malone, and it'll be very specialized to you in particular. Post Malone might not get any royalties for that. He might not get paid for it, but that just might be the way we consume music in the future. And you know, if he's worried about that, I wonder what's actually going to happen. Right? Like, is that the world we going to? Bones, thank you for the follow. Oh, you work in... You work in music? What do you do in music? No way. Dude, I wish I was in music. I messed around with it a little bit, but like I never got into it enough. I should have. I love music, man. Oh, Progressive Geek. Yo, okay. All right. You are a software engineer at Microsoft. The AI you use, Copilot, is the next level IDE reality. Really. Sorry, that's really. Yo, I might want to have a conversation with you. That's interesting. That is interesting. I would love to like pick your ear for what you guys are working on over in there. You play VR chat? You interested in joining me for a podcast? Because those are the types of conversations I want to have. Yo, you about that technical music? Techno or technical? Funk? I'm not sure I'm familiar with that. I am into EDM though. EDM is my vibe. Ashley's got it. You've been saying this for years. The world is turning into Detroit Become Human. Yeah, I think so. That was a compelling game. They might have been looking at the future. A guy named That British Guy asked me my opinion on British guys. My opinion with all people. Some of them are awesome. Some of them are awful. Where do you land? Hey, Dot, glad you here. Dot, you a good time. Oh, those are some good chips. Hey, share some with me. Oh, dubstep. Oh, heck yeah. Bro, I saw Skrillex like 2 years ago. That guy was awesome. Oh, Progressive Geek, you live stream? Bro, you an artist? You in the social media hustle game? You out here slaving away? Because if so, I'll look you up. The British guy is in love with motorcycles. Well, I'm glad you like them. All right, Ashley, you go have a good one. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. I thank all y'all for being here. You guys had a good time. And I'm ready to come do more casts, that's for sure. That British guy, thank you for the follow. Yo, you into some Skrillex? Yo, I love me some Scary Monsters, Nice Sprites. I learned that on the piano. That was the second song I learned on the piano. Scary Monsters, Nice Sprites. That's a good one. Misty, what is going on? How you doing? You having a good night? Bones is back. Yo, Misty, no, you're kidding. Misty just dropped this in the chat. Love your content. Such a great person. You really have pushed me to be more confident in myself. Misty, oh, you just made my day. You just made my day. I've just been sick for the last 2 weeks. It's been really hard on me. You know, a long time recovering. Out since Halloween. But hearing you say that makes me so happy. I feel like I've missed so much time in this game. So much time to talk to you guys. I feel like y'all forgetting about me. But hearing that makes me happy, man. You just made my night. Thank you. Oh, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Nah, legit. I love you. You're an amazing person. Keep going. Don't look back. I would love to get a picture. Misty, we got to meet. Yo, we gotta meet. I gotta meet you guys. This is something I learned. I told this story a couple times, so if you've been here since the get, you know, forgive me. But this is for all the newbies. Like, I just heard this. I was talking to ChatGPT and saying, hey, ChatGPT, this is seriously like today. I was typing it in. I was like, do you know who Theodicy is? And ChatGPT thinks about it. It wasn't a quick response. It took a while. You know, it was going to its archives. It was doing some research. But eventually it pulled it up. It goes, yes, Theodicy is a character in VRChat where they make videos for TikToks and they do this. I was like, oh my God, it knows me. That's terrifying. What does it know about me? Right? Like, I wanted to know. So I kept asking it questions and I was like, so what is Theo known for? Like, what do you know about Theo? And its response was, Theo is really big on community. He's really big on people and building each other up and, like, you know, doing the right thing and, like, encouraging people along in their journeys and building that into, like, a positive environment for people. And, like, that was the first thing ChatGPT said about me. And, like, it made me smile. It made me smile, like, on the inside in a way that's, like, hard to describe. But it made me happy. It was like, I wasn't expecting a compliment. I wasn't looking for one. But, like, incidentally, I ran into a way where, like, it felt like I was doing the right thing. It felt like I was doing good. And that put such a smile on my face. That made me feel so good. That like ChatGPT can recognize what I'm trying to do here, which is like build community. And that starts with you guys. And that starts with you guys here in chat. So thank you so much for being here. Misty, you have no idea what that means to me. I'm so glad I could be that for you. I don't know if you can tell, but you make me excited to hear that I could be such a positive influence on your life. If there's anything I ever wanted, I wanted it to be that. That I left you a little better than when you saw me. Yo, why is your name Theodicy? And how did you come up with that? All right, folks. I'm going to give you the story of this. So, Theodicy is a name. It's a concept. It's something that's like deeply personal, right? I don't know about you guys, but I've lived a pretty hard life. I've had many struggles and many issues in my time. And like my childhood was not easy growing up. First world, I'm not going to get into all the details, but like broken home, divorced family, alcoholic, absent father, horribly abusive mother, like never a solid friend group, loner kid, had nothing to his name, had nothing. And there were a lot of moments in my life where I had to face the hardest things. You know, ending it all. I can't say the word because TikTok will ban me. Putting yourself down. Even doing unspeakable acts to others. I faced all that, man. I went to those edges and was ready to jump off. But each and every time I had a will and a resolve to keep going in the hopes that one day my life could be indescribable to what it is now. And I'm going to turn around here and hopefully you can see that. I don't know if I can quite see it myself, and I hope y'all can, but that right there is who I am. That's what I'm about. If I could bleed one thing, it would be this: the vindication of divine goodness and providence in the face of the existence of evil. That's me. That is who I am. I have seen the worst, hardest things that most people would see. Don't get me wrong, there are worse lives out there. There are people in the third world. There are people who are struggling to find water. There are people getting bombed right now. But comparatively, I've been through a lot myself. And it taught me one thing. It taught me a million things, but it taught me a couple things. One, you should never give up hope that you will see a brighter day. There is a brighter day out there for you. To everyone who's going through depression, to everyone who knows what that's about and what that's like, I got a message for you guys. You are my people. That was the struggle I went through and what burdened me so much. And to anyone who really has depression, you know it's not the apathy. No, you know it's not the sadness that gets you. It's not the sadness. It's not the anger. It's the lack of emotion. It's when you can't feel anything anymore. That's what gets you. When you can't feel happy. When you can't feel sad. When you are yearning to get a tear out, but it doesn't come. When nothing moves you anymore. When you're dry. When you're empty. That's what gets you. That's that monster in the night that comes up and grabs you. It's a silent death. And it's taken many. And it almost took me. But I made a promise to myself. I made a deal with myself. And here was the deal. Here was the contract. I said I was going to give this one more shot. I didn't want to be alive anymore. It wasn't worth it me being here. No one else wanted me here anyways. I was just getting in everybody's way. I busted out a piece of paper and wrote a note. I wrote a letter. My most prized possession today. I wrote a letter to myself. And I said, "Dear self, I'm going to give this life thing one more shot. I'm going to give this life thing one more chance. Not because I want to be here. Not because I think it's worth it. But because you're going to make a promise to me. You're going to make a promise that one day you will deliver for me a future worth living. And it's going to be amazing. And I kept that. And I went to go get some help. And I talked to a doctor. And they got me meds. And he told me those meds were a crutch. Most important thing he ever said. He says, you ain't going to be on these forever, kid. You're injured. And this is a crutch. And it's going to get you back to baseline. It's going to take you off the edge. But it's going to be your job to work it from there. And get your life back. And it wasn't easy. It was a tumultuous climb. How I put it, it was a mountain before me where I had to move one rock every day and throw it behind, just to wait the next day to move the next stone. It was an arduous climb out, many failures along the way. But I never gave up hope. I never gave up fighting. In the hopes and the dreams that one day I would wake up in the morning and not hate everything about my life. And now, I stand here before you, a new man, with gratitude on his heart because every single day that he wakes up, he is in a life far better and far greater than anything he could possibly ever imagine. That is my existence. I'm grateful because I've been to the edge. I know what it's like. I have suffered atrocity after atrocity and been brought to my knees. But despite how hard it was, I never gave up. I never gave up hope. And because of that, I am still here today. And I got a message to absolutely anybody and everybody who's going through a similar situation. If you feeling depressed, if you feeling socially anxious, if you feeling down on yourself, and you just can't feel it to get up anymore, Theo's here to tell you to not stop trying. Theo's here to tell you that no matter what happens, no matter what waves come at you, you need to keep fighting. You need to keep going. Because it's worth it. And even though you don't know it, and even though you can't feel it right now, there is a future out there far greater than anything you could possibly imagine. And I want nothing more than to see you experience that one day. That's why I call myself the Odyssey. Because I think despite the tragedy and malevolence of the world, you should still stand for what's right by the hope of divine goodness. Because when you have nothing else to fight for, you gotta believe that you are good, that you are the hero of your journey. And without you to save our broken, collapsing society, we are all gonna fall apart. You a fundamental piece to all this. And if you don't figure this out, the world is already in dire straits. And without your intervention, it is doomed. Believe it. Because there's a lot of viruses out there today. And I'm not just talking flu. I'm talking all the pernicious ones, the digital ones that are seeping into your mind as you play these games and scroll up and down on this content. Like, this stuff is a dragon. It's a snake. It's a viper. It's going to drain you of all of your dopamine levels and tell you that you're never enough and beat you down into all of your failures and compare you to impossible ideas that don't even exist. And despite all of that, you need to have your head held high to know that you are worth indescribable value. And I don't think enough of you hear this these days. You guys have an indescribable value ordained in you from your birth, and yet nobody tells you about it. Intrinsically, you have a value that is undeniable, and you need to preserve that with everything you have. If you could reach your full potential, what could you do for this world? A world, by the way, that desperately needs it. That needs it more than anything, especially right now. You see what's going on in the news? We need as many heroes as we can on the ground. And that starts here with me, and that starts here with you. And I would love to help motivate you. I would help get you on that story so that you're not at home suffering in your anxious anxiety. But instead, so that you could have a life of happiness that's worth living. And that's what I'm about. So thank you guys for taking me deep for a minute. I appreciate that. I hope you guys appreciate that too. Y'all awesome. And thank you for being along for the journey. And if you want more conversations like that, give me that follow. Stick around. Come visit me. I'm going to be more consistent. Podcast schedule. I'm going to be doing Thursday nights. I'm going to be doing Sunday nights. Thursday nights and Sunday nights. Now, Thanksgiving's coming up, so I'm probably going to start after Thanksgiving, but that's going to be my schedule. I hope y'all come out and hang out with me there. It would be a great time. It would. Zoe, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Just wants animal TikToks. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. All right, Waffle. You go have a good night, man. Thank you for hanging out for a minute. I appreciate you. But yeah, chat, I thank y'all for being here. I want to build a community. I want to build a community with you guys. I want it to be about the right things. And you know, I think we're going in the right direction. I kind of like this. So, who here has been like in the room since the beginning? Who here is brand new? Did you guys just join? If you guys just joined, message me in chat. Because I got a question for you guys. I got to tell you guys about something. If you've been here since the beginning, you're going to hear this again. But if you're brand new, yo, I got to tell you guys something. Stay here for a second. I just saw like a handful of you guys show up. This is going to be really important. So to everyone who just showed up, I want you to hear this. This is going to be a really big deal. Y'all need to hear about it. I've been throwing an emergency podcast because you guys have to hear about this, all right? Here's what you guys have to hear about. You see this image right here? This right here is made by an AI, by me, and I have no artistic ability whatsoever. Not only was this made by an AI, this was made by an AI like within a day. This was less than a day's of work. All that artwork you're seeing, less than a day, which is ridiculous. It would take me years to do one of these pictures, right? So I think that's pretty cool. Beyond that, all I used was a couple images of this avatar right here. This cute, lovable, adorable face. I took a couple pictures of him, put him into an AI, worked with it for about a day, and now I have all these crazy images. And why this is important to you guys, why you guys need to hear this, you guys need to get on this train as soon as possible because building your digital identity is going to matter so much more in a couple years. In a couple years, like your digital persona is going to matter more than you. And if you're ahead of the game and have like cool artwork about you and stuff, like that's going to put you higher up on the social hierarchy. It's like having a Bentley, right? It'd be like any of the social status cues that you see if you play VR chat. I don't know how many of you guys on TikTok play VR chat, but if you're in that overlap, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, there is a hierarchy of people at the top who are like really good avatars, full body tracking, super smooth, and people at the bottom who are like deskies and like can only click on a keyboard. Like, there is an entire spectrum of people who are like high class and low class. And one thing that I think is going to be like high class is your ability to understand and manipulate these AIs before everybody else. So right now, I think it's wildly important for you guys to jump on the AI train and figure out how to do all this stuff because it's going to serve you a lot in the future. So that's just something I want to tell you guys about. But that being said, Theo is calling it out. You guys have been an absolute pleasure tonight. I've enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. We had some deep talks. We had some fun talks. We had some AI talks. We had some personal talks. All in all, it's been an absolute pleasure. You guys have been nothing but fun, and I look forward to doing this more. If you guys want more Theo, Thursday nights, Sunday nights, I'm going to be doing streams. I'm not going to have a set schedule until after Thanksgiving, but those are going to be my days. So if you guys are free Thursday nights, free Sunday nights, and you want to get more of the Cuddle Puddle podcast with Theo, like, come and join me then. Send me that follow now. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time.